Powerful.
It's a testament to him.
Powerful thing to be accountable on. That leader in action formula. It really lets you know where you're at and the activity that's required. So, man, we're excited for you and excited just for the growth, the people that you're bringing in, and the lives that you're changing as a result of it. So welcome everybody. Good evening as you hop on here. Excited whether you're watching live or the recording. We're excited that you're here, and we are excited for a lot of things right now. Collagen is, going nuts. Who's excited about the transformations that are coming out right now? I mean, it's just, again, the momentum is only building, and I know that you guys are feeling that. The conversations that are happening are exciting. I saw that there were some questions about the Collagen Elixir group. We're going to do a round 2 of that, so feel free to add your people into that, and we're going to keep promoting that, and the transformations and the before and afters are still going to be on there. I think that's going to be a really valuable resource, even for people that ordered maybe the first month and maybe the second month they're saying, oh, I don't really know about it. The more those transformations take place, I think that'll obviously add credibility to them and their journey. So with that, we have somebody tonight that we are really excited to hear from. And Audrey and I were just talking to her, and we were just like, Ellen, you have to share this, because right now, kind of as Joey just alluded to, that personal momentum has been created, and the activity is there, and the results are coming forth. And so everyone knows this woman. Everybody, I'm sure, has a endearing feeling towards this woman, because she is so light, she's so passionate, she's so authentic in all that she does. She leads with her heart. She leads with so much kindness, but also conviction, which I think is incredibly powerful and incredibly beautiful. She's been so consistent over, I believe it's 8 years now, of sharing this, of growing herself. And Ellen, I'll just say it's been an amazing journey to watch, to be a spectator of the growth that you have put so evidently in yourself, the work in the quiet rooms, in the dark spaces that nobody else is a part of, that you said, I'm going to go to work on this. And it's showing up in your business and in your life. And guys, last month she enrolled 9, correct me if I'm wrong, Ellen, 9 people on collagen, an ultimate pack and a value pack. Okay, so needless to say, she's got some new blood right now, and we are excited, Ellen, to hear about what you're doing, excited to hear about what you're finding to be impactful, and then anything else that you would share on your heart. We are just ready with open hearts, open minds to receive, because we're excited about the growth that's happening in 2021, and you're somebody that's growing. So guys, give Ellen some love in the chats, fire her up for what she's about to pour out to us. And Ellen, welcome to the call. Thanks so much.
Thank you, James. Wow, what an awesome introduction. And I am so excited to share with all of you tonight. If you are people who take notes and want a title, I'm calling this Do the Impossible. And I encourage you to write impossible in great big letters. And then after the I want you to put an apostrophe, because it's really about I'm possible. And that's really just what I wanted to share with you tonight. I've prayed about, what I need to share. And really, I want to share a little bit about my story. And so show me the hands of those people who are big picture people. Who likes to see the big picture and then know where you fit in it? That's how I am too. And when I first started in isogenics, I was really only interested and only had ears for the nutrition. And as time went on, I had my own transformation. The first couple months, I released 26 pounds and almost 30 inches on my body. I started sleeping through the night again. I hadn't done that in years, like consistently every night. And I started to have mental clarity and just a different mindset, to the point where Audrey and her dad were actually, I was starting to open up to this compensation plan, because the whole time before that, I thought it was sales. So what I started to see, which started for me in the nutrition, was this belief in myself that, wow, this can really work. I never dreamed that I could release 26 pounds. I thought that my first month was going to be at 16 pounds. But little by little, there's been this belief that has grown. And what has happened is I started to see the bigger picture and where I fit in it. So how many of you have ever worked a puzzle before? And how many of you will sit with the puzzle, the lid or the picture of the puzzle, and you're looking like, where are these colors? Where do they fit? How do I find the one that goes there? I'm that way too. And I think most of us are. We want to see how we fit someplace. So I wanted to share a couple of things tonight, because one of the more significant parts of this whole big picture is the personal development that we do. And I know for myself, this last year was really, really big for me because of the launch of 2.0, Isagenix 2.0. That help launch some things in my mindset that are continuing, as we all are. We're on a journey. We're on a continuum. We never arrive. We're always making our floor the ceiling, and did I say that right? The ceiling, the floor is what I meant. And so I want you to think about this for yourself. If you haven't done your own 2.0 perspective, I want to encourage you to do that, because I want to describe something to you. Okay. So I want you to hear who Ellen 1.0 was. Okay. Someone with limited self-worth, who always battled her thoughts. She was constantly praying for the circumstances and drama and the things that were happening to her in her life. She was always fearful about what other people thought. She thought small and lived small, carrying around the burden of the drama of the past. She allowed life to happen to her. She was hesitant to take ownership. She put everyone else first, not out of a servant-mindedness, but out of a poor self-worth. And she lived with a poverty mindset. Now, does that sound like somebody that you want to follow? Doesn't sound like somebody I want to follow. So when Eric Coover shared his 2.0, his own personal 2.0 in the stories on his Instagram, I was so inspired. First of all, by his vulnerability, just to share where he was and where he wanted to go. So now I want to share with you my 2.0 version. And I'm going to use the present tense, because I am owning my voice and my value. I am sowing my thoughts to fight my battles. Prayer is my life. I no longer have a fear of what others think, but I have a fierce love for what God thinks. I believe big and live large in faith according to the hope of my future. I choose to make life happen for me. I'm owning my responsibility. My priorities are for what I need to do for myself first, and then out of service to others, because then and only then can I pour from a full vessel. And I live now with an abundance mindset. Do you see, like, there's this big change because I just got an upgrade in my mindset. And it really started with believing that I'm possible. So when I first started out in Isagenix, I didn't even think that I could release the weight. I thought this was a diet thing. It took me several months to come and meet with Audrey and her dad up in their upper room. And finally, when they did, when I left there that day, I was a little aghast and a little embarrassed that I had thought for so many months that this was a sales thing, because they just gave me some information and said, hey, if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to try it, let us know. We'll help you get started. So in this journey, developing myself is absolutely the top on my chart. I have had to figure out who I am, because when we share with others, people buy us. They want to know, like, and trust us. And we can't go any further if we don't develop that first. So not too long ago, I heard Zach Slobin share that we be, do, and have, not the opposite. We don't have, be, and do. So we have to develop who we are. Be is it's a form of being. It's who we are. So developing ourselves first, that's the most important thing. Find out if you haven't done your 2.0 version, do that. Another thing that has really helped me, when I was looking over, I was thinking about those enrollments from this past month, and the woman who got the ultimate pack, and some of these people who got value packs along with their collagen. And I was just thinking about how did that happen? And honestly, I mean, those people were ready, but I do have to say that I was very certain about what I was offering them. And you'll hear it again and again. Jessica Regner says it all the time. Certainty is sexy. Certainty is certain. It is a very secure posture. So when you are certain about what it is you have, what it is you're sharing, who it is you're looking for, where you're going, you become attractive to the people who also want that kind of certainty, because you're believing I'm possible. You're walking forward in that. So when I shared with this person, I'll tell you, the person who got an ultimate pack, I was floored when she told me that's what she wanted, because she's my avatar. She's going through a divorce. She has one child left at home, a couple that are out of the house. She's on a budget. She's not sure about her work situation. She had all of these questionable things. But if I allowed those things to make the decision for me about how I was going to present the packages that were available, if I prejudged her based on her circumstances instead of based on her needs, I would have completely sold her short. But I did what I've been practicing to do, and that is to share our three most popular starter packs. And that is the Ultimate Pack, the Value Pack, which is the medium-sized pack, and the Premium Pack. Now, for me, I know that some of you on here offer the Basic Pack, and I know some people offer it in different graduations. I always start with the Ultimate Pack first. I affectionately call it the Big Kahuna. I tell everybody that. I said, this is a pack that I like to call the Big Kahuna because it has some of almost everything. It's just a great way to start. But I share that as our largest starter pack. The Value Pack is the medium pack, and it's the most popular. Statistically, it really is. It's also statistically the most successful because it has the best array of cleanse support. And then I share that Premium Pack as the smallest starter pack. Now, for me, I like to call the Basic Pack a maintenance pack. And the reason is, for me, the people that I've started on the Basic Pack, who anymore are very, very few, they don't have the cleanse support nutritionals that the other packs do. And so when I offered those packs to my friend, she started asking more questions between the Value Pack and the Ultimate Pack. And when, based on her questions, I gave her some answers about this being a really great pack for a couple of people. And she had told me already that her son was a senior in high school. He's very athletic. And I started speaking into what she had told me. So that's another part that I want to share tonight, which you all know. I'm just reminding you of things that you already know, but listening and developing your listening skills are absolutely key to sharing this business and the opportunity that we have. If you can't listen to what somebody needs, you are not going to be able to tailor the beautiful gifts that we have to share with those people. So people want to know that you're hearing them, and they don't care how much you know about anything until they know how much you care. We've all heard that over and over again. So listening is going to be a really, really important part of that. It's also interesting to me because, how we come across to people is really, really valuable. If you don't believe that you are possible, if you don't tell yourself that and you do the work disentangling the emotional things in your own life and in your heart and mind, in your mindset, and really going to work on that, people will see that. And when you do that hard work, you're going to see your posture change. You're going to see your mindset change. You're going to hear yourself changing the posture and the confidence that you have when you're conveying things to other people. So body language and your posture go before you, before the words ever come out of your mouth. And a first impression is made right there. So that is a really huge part of developing yourself, learning how to listen and learning how to convey the warmth and the presence and the caring that you have for other people through your body language. So think about this, because this is an absolute fact. Words are processed cognitively and logically, but your body language and your posture, those are visceral and emotional. It's how you will engage with other people. When you can respond and you can listen and you can engage with people, you can look them in the eye, you can turn your phone off and not be distracted. There is something that's conveyed that's very, very powerful. And I believe that all of us, we all have these abilities. This is a skill-based business, and these are all skills that you can develop. Another thing is just that when we become certain about who we are, we attract, like I said before, certainty. It's sexy and it's attractive, and people want to follow strong people who are certain about where they're going. We get to invite people to join us on our journey. If we don't know what our destination is, you can't invite somebody on that journey. So you have to get really solid about that. The next point that I want to talk to you about is one of my favorite things, because this is about emotional contagion. Okay, this is something that's contagious. When you are excited, Patty says it all the time. She said it this morning on the call, nothing replaces enthusiasm. So when you become the emotional contagion, you can infect everybody you talk to. I want you to make that your goal. Infect everyone you talk to with emotional contagion. Become the joy germ in your group of friends. If you're not already, infect everybody with joy. It doesn't matter if you're talking about isogenics or you're talking about adding value to their life, or you're just encouraging them that they can get this paper written, or that they can get their resume looking awesome, or that they're going to absolutely knock this interview out of the park, or maybe just that they are going to be able to, one day their kids are going to sleep through the night. Whatever it is that you can add value to your friends and your acquaintances by becoming that joy germ and infecting them with your enthusiasm or your emotions of caring, you're going to become much more effective and having much more impact. But you're also going to be building that foundation of trust. And that is really key, because like I said, people, as we all know, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. Another thing that I have really been working on is controlling my emotions. So I'm not talking really necessarily about breaking down into tears or anything like that. Sometimes you might not even know what I'm feeling. Well, none of us, we're not mind readers here. But when we're going through conversations with people, when we're having conversations and people are telling us things, or maybe we just talked to somebody on a call and they've just told us they're not interested, and we were really hoping that that would work out, or they had been telling us they wanted all this information and we had gotten a recommended cart ready for them, and then we sent it, and then all of a sudden they've somehow just turned upside down. They just not interested. It's just not the right time, or whatever. We've all had disappointing things happen. Knowing and practicing getting a hold of your emotions in those moments is really key, especially if you have another call in 5 minutes and you have to pull yourself together because you have to be that emotional contagion. You need to bring the enthusiasm. You have to learn how to center yourself again, because that emotion is fickle. It's not going to help you get to your goal. Your goals and what you know is certain and so those things that are certain are going to help you say to yourself again, I'm possible. I'm on a destination. I have a goal that I'm going to with or without these people. And I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And I know that this is an amazing opportunity that I'm going to present with just as much joy and enthusiasm. And I'm going to listen so hard that it hurts that I can serve this person. And when I leave this conversation, I'm going to add value to them because they need what I have because I'm possible. And I want you to remember that you have to remind yourself out loud every day who you are and whose you are because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You have something inside of you that is so powerful because it's unlike anyone else on this planet. And people need to hear from you. And if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you're possible, you call me up after this and I'll help you with that because you are and you have something to share. And when you lead with that, when you lead with I'm possible, and you go into a conversation with anybody, you are going to hear yourself, you're going to add value to that other person, and you're going to leave more filled up from that conversation. And learning how to center in that is going to give you the ballast that you need in your boat. So if you don't know what ballast is, it's the weight. It's the weight of failing forward. It's the weight of having a lot of people say no and continuing to find your yeses. It's the weight of people sending back their packages. It's the weight of disappointment and unmet expectations, but going anyway. And when you have the weight of those experiences in your vessel, when you're out to sea and the wind kicks up and the waves start crashing and the winds blow and the storms come, because they will, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, that ballast is going to keep you centered in the water. It's going to keep you from flipping over. And being able to center yourself in the storms of the emotions of this business and in life in general is really, really going to help you. The last thing that I really want to just remind you is to be service minded. That when you're going into a conversation with people, you're looking to see how you can serve them, how you can fill the need with what we have, the products, the service, the opportunity, the finances, the culture. We have so much to offer, but I want to encourage you that maybe in that conversation, what the person needs is just a friend to come alongside them and hear them. One of the people that I enrolled this past month, I met with her because we had a little bit of a friendship. We had broken ground on a friendship, and then we had connected on several occasions, and she knew that I was in a lifestyle superfood business, but she also knew about my transformation. And I thought my expectation of that meeting was going to be that we were going to talk about the nutrition and that was really going to be the heart of it. And what happened and what took place is that I did go in there with a service minded attitude and really with a heart of love and just hearing her. And very quickly at the beginning of our meeting, I heard the Holy Spirit tell me to just listen and just listen to what she had. She talked for almost 2 hours. This is a person who had had a lot of hard things happen to her. She's a grandmother. She's helping raise her kids because she lost her daughter to a horrible form of cancer. And she is now having her elderly mother live with her. She had so much. She just needed somebody to listen. And we didn't talk about isogenics at all. In fact, I said very little in the conversation other than things that were affirming the journey that she's on. And the very next time that we talked, one of the first things out of her mouth was, hey, we didn't get a chance to, but can you tell me more about that collagen? I saw that video you sent me before and we didn't have a chance to talk about it the other day. And as we talked about that, and as she shared about energy and some of these other things, I realized that there was a lot more there. She could use this superfood, not to mention her granddaughters. I didn't bring up her granddaughter. She brought that up in the conversation. But as I was casting that vision for her, she started to see that that might be something she'd like to try as well. And as she shared more, I realized that she had a lot of digestive issues. And in the end, she decided that that medium sized pack and the collagen would be a good start for her. But all of this started with our first conversation in spending time together when I didn't talk about the nutrition at all because I was wanting to serve her. I was wanting to breathe life back to her and just to remind her what an amazing individual she is and to remind her that she's fearfully and wonderfully made. And if she was open to hearing more about some lifestyle superfood that is so pure and so gentle that it really could change her life. Now, our next conversation that we're going to have is about the opportunity because she just told me the other day that she was open to hearing about that and she wants more information. So I I really want, if you take nothing else from this tonight, I really mean it. You are possible. Your dreams are possible. If you get into this mindset of saying, this is impossible. I don't know how I can do this. Everybody's saying no. Stop and center yourself again on what your destination is and how you want this, and get in touch with your why again. Get in touch with the reasons you started in the first place. Recenter yourself on that. And then you start speaking out your belief to who you are and whose you are. You are not alone in this. We are in here together. This is an amazing team that we have, an amazing supportive team. James and Audrey are amazing leaders. Everybody on here is a leader. That's why you're showing up here, because this is where leaders are made. And in every situation, you have an opportunity to declare that over yourself and to be that contagion to help other people see it in themselves. So I really appreciate this opportunity to share this with you all tonight. Thank you, James and Audrey. I'm so blessed and so honored to be part of this team. Truly, this is such an aptly named team, Freedom Living Team. This truly has, excuse me, it really has set me free. And I'm really excited about the rest of the year because look, guys, we got 10 months left to make huge impact. So let's go.
Oh my goodness, Ellen. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. There's nothing else I can say. There's nothing else I would add. I know that people, I'll just say that hit the heart, as it always does. You have such a way of speaking again, and everyone felt it in love, but also in tact and conviction. So thank you for coming ready to pour out. Thanks for having a full vessel where you can pour out to all of us. And we thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thanks for who you are. Thanks for, inspiring all of us. And comment in the chats if you agree with this. Thank you for inspiring all of us to show up tomorrow a better version, a Gina 2.0, a Joey 2.0, Elaine and Chelsea 2.0. Thank you for that. Tonight was wonderful. And you're so right. There is such an amazing time and such an amazing season that we are in right now. And it's up to us, our responsibility. What does it look like for us? So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. Guys, have a wonderful night. Pass this recording on. If this is your first time, this would be a good recording, I would assume, to watch more than once because there was a ton of rich nuggets in it. And we are excited for the week. Let's go out and serve people. These morning calls that the Cepedas are doing are on fire. If you are not plugged into them, you are missing out on a wonderful resource that so many want to be able to get plugged into. Have a wonderful Monday night, and we'll see you on this call next week, everybody. See you.